Imagine witnessing the chessboard of history change in a heartbeat. A failed assassination in Imperial Russia, political intrigue in post-Civil War America, native peoples caught between empires, and millions in gold waiting for someone to make a move. What if I told you all of that leads to one of the largest land deals in human history, the sale of Alaska? This is 49th by Boris Pronsky, a novel that weaves together power, betrayal, and the fate of nations. By the end of this video, you'll see why the audiobook version is not just history retold, but history felt. In 1866, an attempt is made on the life of Tsar Alexander II in Russia. It fails, but the ripple effects are enormous. Deeply shaken, the emperor and his court find themselves under pressure, financially, politically, morally, to consider options they once rejected. Meanwhile, in the far north, the vast, untamed lands of Alaska, home to native communities who've lived there for generations, face a looming future they cannot ignore. Some among them try to adapt to the changes, others brace themselves to resist what's coming. South of Russia, across the ocean, the United States is in its Reconstruction era, reeling from the Civil War, deeply divided. President Johnson wants to stabilize his government, but there are those in his own cabinet, especially in the State Department, who see opportunity in huge territories. The idea of acquiring Alaska emerges as more than just an ambition. It becomes a gamble, weighed against political risks, public opinion, and internal betrayals. As impeachment looms over Johnson, his ability to steer foreign policy becomes constrained. Every move, diplomatic, secret, financial, is shadowed by suspicion. Amidst all this, there are characters who personify the stakes. Native Alaskans whose livelihoods and heritage are threatened, Russian officials balancing between pride and desperation, American politicians who must decide whether ambition is worth betrayal, and even powerful banking families waiting in the wings who anticipate payment from Russia, eager to collect what is owed. Gold, promises, power, they all intertwine in this narrative, building toward a moment where empires negotiate and the price of land becomes a test of loyalty, faith, and identity. Ultimately, the novel leads us to the Alaska Purchase, that enormous, often called Seward's Folly at the time, purchase by the U.S. of these remote territories. The deal is pushed through, but not smoothly. There are sacrifices, both personal and political. The story doesn't just describe the land deal, it humanizes it, showing how individual choices, courageous, cowardly, or somewhere in between, helped shape what Alaska and America became thereafter. What makes 49th more than just another history lesson is how it pulls you into the tension, the fear in imperial palaces, the uncertainty among native communities, the moral guilt of statesmen, the greed of financiers. Listening to it brings alive voices that we might never otherwise hear, the whispered conversations, the despair, the moments of resolve. And because the audiobook is narrated so well, those moments sound vivid, immediate, like history is unfolding for you. If you love stories where the grand sweep of history meets personal drama, if you want to understand not just what happened, but who it happened to and why, then 49th deserves a spot on your playlist. So do yourself a favor, grab the audiobook, find a quiet corner, and let the sounds of past empires, native voices, and political storms carry you away. You'll not only learn, you'll feel. Thanks for watching, and happy listening.